Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Wanted to get out here in the garage and work on an old rifle that I have here. And I thought maybe you guys would find it interesting to ride along with me while I do this. Just finished up over at the weekly Sporting Rifle League, Winter League that we do. And for the actual competition, I actually shoot my ISMASH model CM2, which is a great rifle. I actually shot one of my best rounds ever today, so I really like that rifle. But I do occasionally bring out other rifles that I have just to kind of play around with them and show them off a little bit, but more so just to kind of get them out and make sure they're still working all right. And so I took this particular one out today and did have a little bit of trouble. There seems to be something going on with the way the trigger and sear are disengaging the. Now it's gonna work okay. Yeah, sure. Now that I got it home, it's gonna work fine. So anyway, what we have here is this is a very cool old rifle that I've had for a couple of years now. This is the original action is a 1896 Schmidt Rubin. Originally would have been in, I think it's 751 Swiss or whatever it is. Swiss Army, large or 30 caliber round. And it's a straight pull action. Pull it straight back. It's easier to do when you have it shouldered for sure. But so you do that, and so this one has been rebarreled and restocked to be a biathlon rifle, and it is now chambered for 22 short. Does have rails on it. You could mount a scope on here, but it does have a really nice peep sight and globe front sight arrangement. But the problem it was having, and now it seems to have corrected itself, but I'm still going to take it apart, and probably just needs a little bit of cleaning in there. But when I would try to shoot it, you could feel it wasn't coming down, wasn't disengaging properly, and it would. And then when I push the trigger forward, it would actually drop the sear. So definitely something, probably just a little bit of dirt in there. But yeah, now it's seems to be working pretty well. So so it is clear. I did check that while I had that open there, and never had this one apart. So other than pulling the bolt out of it and cleaning the barrel and whatnot like that, but as far as have never had this out of the stock yet, never had a reason to, because it was always working fine. So, but I know there's one big action screw back here, and then there's a bunch of them along the stock here, and I'm gonna have to kind of take a guess. I think I know which ones are the right ones to remove the action from the stock. So there's two that have a larger head than the rest of them. So there's the top one. Let me roll it over. This is just a fantastic custom rifle. Very cool. It is very heavy, but it so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but these three have smaller heads, so I'm going to guess that those are probably just wood screws into the stock. And then these two look like they're the same size. I'll just take this one out for starters and see what we get. Maybe that's the only one. Nope, still stuck in there. So let me try this one now. Okay, those two are equal length, so I don't have to worry about getting them back in the right hole. All right, so we are loose now. Let's see here. Ooh. You can see it. It still retains the floor plate and spring from the old magazine, even though the stock really kind of just holds that right at the base there. So anyway, we'll put that off to the side, get it out of the way. Yeah, so the problem I was having was right in here with the I don't know why I would have been having it. I don't know what could have been causing that. Because it's definitely... So I don't know if this is the original trigger mechanism from the Schmidt Rubin, but it really is a really nice feeling trigger. I mean, it has like a little bit of take up, kind of like a 2-stage, but then it really has a nice clean crisp break. Well, I mean, I can't reproduce the problem now, so I'm gonna sort of pull the bolt out. You pull the bolt back, and then there's this lever, you pull that down, and that releases the bolt. You can take the bolt out, and there's the sear right there. Doesn't really look like, without drifting pins out, I'm not going to get any farther into that, and I'm not going to take it down. The mechanism is pretty straightforward. I can't imagine what was... It wasn't hitting the trigger guard or the stock that I could tell. Oh well, we'll clean it up and re-oil it, and we'll take it out and play with it another day. Yeah, I've shot this gun hundreds of times, and I've never had an issue with the trigger. It's always been a really nice trigger, actually. So anyway, well, we'll clean it up, and got a little bit of daylight left outside. Luckily, this thing's chambered for 22 short, so I have those CB shorts. They're really, really quiet. So yeah, look at this, kind of grubby. It's not dirty in there. So I really don't have any experience with Swiss military rifles, so I don't know if anybody's got anything they could lend as far as insight as to how these normally were from when they were in the military configuration. I've heard that they're fantastic rifles to always very accurate. You know, a gun with a good trigger lends itself to being, yeah, so it's definitely working like it's supposed to now. I don't, before it would not snap forward. A couple of times it did work right, but most of the time it would like bind up, and then I'd have to push it forward, and it would finally trip. So maybe it was something weird with the way it was in the stock there. But all right, let me just put a little bit of oil on that. got this stuff here. It's pretty good. It leaves just a nice little dry film behind once the solvent dries up on it. So I think that'll really work nice. Alrighty guys, well, I thought maybe we would have something interesting to look at and see there, but still a pretty cool little piece and a lot of fun to explore. Let me see here, get this. It is so when it does come down, it is hitting against the trigger guard. I wonder if there might have been some trouble with the way it was sitting in the stock. Well, seems to be okay now. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this for a couple minutes, and I'm gonna grab a couple of CB shorts and shoot them outside. I've got probably 5 minutes worth of viable daylight left, so I want to hurry up and do that, but I will be right back with you. All right, friends, well, took it out back, shot a couple of shots. Got these CB shorts, really nice and quiet. Like I said, this gun is chambered for 22 short only. I wasn't sure what it was chambered for when I first got it, but I tried a long and a long rifle in it, and they really did not chamber. I mean, I could get them to chamber, but they wouldn't extract, and they were really hard to get them to chamber, so it is definitely chambered for 22 short. But anyway, I don't want to make this one any longer than I already have made it, but I thought you guys would find it fun to kind of go in and try to diagnose this here a little bit, but it fixed itself on the way home, I guess. But really love this gun. Again, just an amazing, it's a piece of history, really. So just a real quick, it's an 1896 Schmidt Rubin military action, but the best I can find as far as information goes, this probably predated World War II. It actually, the person I actually spoke to personally, the person who imported this gun, it has an imported engraving on the bottom of the barrel up here, and his main business is antiques, furniture and stuff, and he travels all over the world. Buying high-end antiques, but when he does shop around for unusual guns as well, and he found this one, and I just happened to be, I guess, lucky to find it on Gunbroker. I don't always search for guns on Gunbroker, but it seems like when I do, I always find something pretty cool. And this, I found this one a couple years ago. But anyway, he imported it straight from Switzerland, and he brought it back to the country, put his importer engraving on it, and put it straight up on Gunbroker. He never even test fired it. So, but I got it for what I think is a pretty decent price. I'm not going to say how much that was, but it is. I've never seen another one like it. I believe it to be a one of a kind. But the Swiss and the other Nordic countries originated the biathlon back in like the 30s and 40s, and then and their guns were typically like this, and you know, big heavy 22 shorts, 22 long rifles type of arrangements. And so I believe this to predate World War II, like I said, and it's a pretty cool piece of history. So anyway, I hope you like the video. Like, share, and subscribe, and appreciate everybody being on the channel, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.